I forgot to do the intro earlier. Hi, my name is Brenda. I am a paralegal here in foggy San Francisco. It's actually foggy today. It's supposed to be raining, so I didn't go to buy grocery. Well, I wasn't going to buy groceries. I was just going to buy ingredients to make this one meal. Since Christmas is coming, I'm not going to be at home. So, yeah, that's the situation. It was supposed to rain, so I wasn't going to go. And then it didn't rain, and it's still not raining. And for whatever reason, like, today was marked as like a really heavy rain day. And I got like but I did get a notice from my apartment building that was like, close your windows, it will be raining, let us know if like anything leaks. And so far no rain, but I'm not challenging the rain because last year I did have a leak during the really rainy season, so we're hoping for no repeats. I haven't gone out. I'm wearing the same not the same outfit, scratch that. I'm wearing the same headband and sweater as yesterday, but I am wearing a different shirt, different pants, different everything else. It looks like the same outfit because of this and this. It's another work from home day. I actually have had the morning to myself. In the afternoon, I do have to translate, and by afternoon I mean in an hour. I have to translate for an intake. Other than that, no plans for today. Big update, my elevator is actually working again, so that's another reason why I was going to go grocery shopping, because when the elevator's broke, I don't really grocery shop because I'm not hoisting bags of grocery up the stairs. I pay, I guess my rent should include access to a working elevator, because that's what the building comes with. If the building didn't have an elevator, then I wouldn't be complaining. I also wouldn't be living. No, maybe I would, because rent control is real. It's a real motivator to stay put. Sí, la mejor manera de ponerse en contacto con la abogada, si usted necesita alguna cita o tiene alguna pregunta, la mejor manera es mandarle un mensaje de... y este proceso puede tomar algunos meses. Sí, gracias por venir. No problem. Gracias. Tenga buen día. Adiós. And that's how that works. I always I hablo español, but every time I have to translate, my Spanish just gets forgotten, and my brain, the wires start crossing each other, and then I start stumbling on words. But I have developed a special talent with how many translations where I'm able to type down, automatically translating into English. And so I'm always reading. I usually have a Google Doc on the side where I just like type down what is being said before I regurgitate it in the appropriate language. Although recently my brain has been horrible at switching languages, where I think last time I almost started reading exactly what I wrote down. I was like, girl, no, you have to translate. Like, if there was no issue, like, you wouldn't even be here. And yeah, so I do struggle sometimes, mostly with employment, because there's so many words that I'm like, I know I've been doing this for a while, but the words just don't stick. Like wage an hour, meal and break time, DLSE, SSI, SSDI, unemployment, that one's a lot easier. But like, those are terms that like I just mentally cannot translate them into Spanish, and I forget. It's mostly like department and like legal jargon. Like payroll, I always forget what payroll is. Personnel, I don't exactly translate that word correctly. And I know that. I just describe it sometimes. But yeah, the wires get crossed. It actually was worse in 2020. Sorry, my story time got interrupted. My attorney thought I was on the next call with her, which then sent me to panic because I was like, wait a minute, there's another call. And I did see it on her calendar. I didn't see it on mine, but I also didn't connect the dots on whether that was like something she needed help with, because I don't quite remember this client off the top of my head. Anyways, yeah, in 2020 I was taking like actual Mandarin classes because my job would they would pay for Mandarin classes, and as part of my professional development, as long as I put in my goals, like they would pay, like they'd give us a budget. I signed up for some online, they were online at the time because of COVID, online Mandarin classes, and it was wonderful. I was learning a lot, and I felt very confident because like my colleagues, fellow students, I don't know what you call them, but they were very impressed by my understanding of the language. And I was like, I kind of took some classes before, so like some of this is a refresher, some of this is brand new. My opinion is absolutely horrid, like, but they were very kind about it. The teacher was amazing, and I felt so bad when I stopped taking the classes, but part of it, one, you know, it is pricey to take classes. Two, it is like a time commitment that you have to make, because I can't remember how long my classes were, but it was once a week and it was for a few hours, and then, you know, you had like your homework, so it was like a little too time consuming. It was a little pricey because then I was running out of the professional development fund, so it would come out of my pocket, and at that time I didn't have like the money to spare, so something had to go. And most importantly, my wires were getting super crossed. Like when I was translating, my brain would just completely just not know language. Like for whatever reason, like part of me was still like, oh, we're learning Chinese, like trying to translate everything to Chinese, and then another part was like, we're translating for Spanish, and then another part just couldn't comprehend English. Like it was bad. But now I'm doing Duolingo. I'm taking it one step at a time, and my wires aren't getting crossed as much because I'm not trying to think in Mandarin as much, I guess, because there's no homework or nothing that I'm worried about. Maybe my brain is just at this point really exhausted, because this summer after my Spanish speaking intern left, not mine, but she was our team Spanish speaking intern left, after that I was like bombarded, flooded with Spanish translations. So I think my brain just has not recovered at all. It is late. I've obviously changed because I took a shower, I was working, but I think my brain was starting to like malfunction. Essentially I was working on discovery, which is something, it's part of litigation. It is the exchange of information between two parties, and so I was working on drafting some requests for admissions and special interrogatories, and they're both very similar for this particular case. There's a lot of overlap. Like in the questions, they're similar, except, you know, request for admissions is basically self-explanatory. It's usually statements where you're like, admit that XYC, admit XYC, kind of thing. Like if, you know, there was a car accident and you're suing each other, and it's like, admit that you were at fault, or not at fault, but like, admit that you ran the red light, admit that you were the one that did this. Like, it's kind of basically that. This is not a personal injury case. This is a different type of case, but essentially, yeah, the requests for admissions are similar to special interrogatories, except in special interrogatories, you can ask like open questions. It's not an admit. It's like, oh, you know, provide the names of the witnesses to blah blah blah, or like, yeah, you're just asking a variety of questions. and my brain kind of was like, these are too similar, and now I'm struggling to remember even which one I was done with, because one of them is done, like the draft is done, but I was trying to work on the other one, and then I realized like I have no idea which one is which, and it has to do with like just my brain right now is just checked out. Okay, anyways, I think I'm gonna cut this day short. I'm gonna go ahead. It's 7:16. I already took Becky out for a walk, took a shower, ate something very quickly because I don't have groceries, so we had to work with what we had. I'm gonna work on editing the vlog now.